Joining me today, I have the co-lead pastor of Bethel Community Church right here in Winnipeg, Richard Hale. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thanks for having me, Sylvia.
Absolutely. Give us some details about this upcoming Thrive Conference.
All right. Well, we are so excited about this, and it's been a long time coming, but the time is now, and so we're so excited about it. If I could, Sylvia, I'd like to give you a little bit of a backstory to that. Just maybe you'd appreciate the backstory to how this came to fruition. So my wife and I were involved with a worship ministry called Hear the Music Ministries and John Buller, and your listeners probably over the age of 25 or 30 would probably recognize that name. And we were part of that ministry for many years. And when that came to an end, we did worship nights and conferences and stuff like that. And when that came to an end, we were sort of left thinking like, okay, how can we continue this at some level? You know, because we felt the need for it in our city. It was an intercity ministry, and we actually toured quite a bit through Manitoba and throughout Western Canada, even just helping people in worship, leading and helping people in their churches what they do in the worship ministry. And so we felt the need to do that, and we're like, okay, what can we do? And so in 2017, we started our own worship night at the church we were serving at called One Worship, and it was great. We ran monthly worship nights for 2 years, and at the end of 2019, we felt God say, you know what, let's press pause on this, and so we did. But part of our vision for One Worship was bringing musicians together just to learn and to grow. And so that was part of our vision, just to equip the church in that way, because we felt we had a lot to give. And so we ended in 2019. And right at that time we moved. God called us to Bethel Community Church, where we are now, to lead that body of believers. And we always had it in the back of our mind, okay, what are we going to do? We had this dream of equipping the church and worship ministry. And we did have a few like pop-up worship nights here and there during COVID and even after. But nothing was really happening in terms of the conferences or the equipping the church part of it, in terms of some practical things and tools. So about 6 months ago, we thought, you know what, we got to put some traction to this dream of ours. Otherwise, it's never going to happen. And so we just came up with the name Thrive Conference and put a date on it, and here we are. So we're really excited. The conference is September 26th and 27th, and it's
Friday night,
all day Saturday, and it includes a concert. And so you're getting a good deal with this. I know Manitobans love a good deal. And so we wanted to bring a lot of value to this. And it's really geared towards songwriters, worship leaders, pastors, people who work with tech in their church. Anyone within the worship arts ministry who do music and serve in different areas that need, tech stuff. This is geared toward them. And so I'll just give you the artist lineup real quick. Mm-hmm. So it'll be my wife and I, Jordan St. Cyr, who's a local favorite. He's going to be coming back for that weekend. He's a good friend of ours. Jody and Chris, also known as Love and the Outcome, also local favorites, will be here for that weekend with us. Great friends of ours. And also another mentor from Houston, Texas. His name is Richie Allen. So he's spoken a lot to our lives, and he's going to be a great addition to this conference. People are going to love him. So yeah, that's what else can I say? There's going to be worship. There's going to be keynote sessions. There's going to be breakout sessions with really practical knowledge and people just getting more skill and getting just developing their craft in what they do, so we can all do what we do better, right? That's the heart behind this. Mm-hmm. And I was reminded of what it says in Luke chapter 12, to whom much is given, much is required. And so we feel like we've been given a lot. And so now what are we going to do to pass that on to someone else? Mm. And that's our desire. So, and it's not that we know everything or we do everything right. It's not about that at all. It's about community and what we can learn from each other, right? Because as Proverbs says, iron sharpens iron. And so we really believe in that. And when you look at songwriters, if you look at, your your screen on Sunday, if you attend Sunday gatherings or other gatherings with worship songs, you'll see the credits, and there'll be 4 or 5 or sometimes more songwriters collaborating on that one worship song. And this is a space for that to happen too. So people to grow in their songwriting skills, but also meet other songwriters, right? And create community that way. And so our vision at BCC is to create a space for people to encounter Jesus and thrive as a part of that vision. We want to create a space for worship leaders to learn and grow in their craft and in their talent. And, as it says in Psalms, play skillfully. So I think those of us who are involved in worship arts ministry at our churches, we want to do what we do better, right? To help people worship, right? So that's the heart behind it.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So do you and your wife sing then as well?
We do. Yeah, we were worship leaders since a long time. I'm not going to say how long. But we love, now that we're in our role of leads at the church, we don't do as much. But since there's 2 of us, a lot of times, like one of us will lead worship and one will speak and sort of do that. But we have an amazing team. We're just so blessed to see them do their thing up there and be led by them in worship too. So that's awesome.
What's your wife's name?
Christiana
and Richard Hale. Fantastic. As far as people interested in checking out Thrive, can they register already? What does this look like to get involved?
Yeah, so our registration is up. If you go to thriveconf.ca, that's our website, all the information about speakers, schedules, vision, registration, that's all up there, thriveconf.ca. Our social media is at thriveconfwpg, so you can go and check that out. Follow us in there, and we'll be giving updates as we go along here too on that. So follow us on Instagram, and we're on Facebook as well. And if you have any questions, you can email info@thriveconf.ca. Perfect.
One last question. What is your hope at the end of all of this?
I guess there are a few objectives. I think one of the biggest objectives, like I said before, is to create that sense of community for people to meet other musicians and people that are involved in worship arts ministry. Because life is not meant to be done on our own. We're meant to be in community. And so when you can meet someone else who does what you do or something similar, it just makes life more full and more rich, right? So that's one of them. And then the other thing I mentioned was just equipping the church with skill and, that we can all grow to the next level of whatever we do. And in this case, specifically worship arts ministry. So like in the breakout sessions, there will be, pretty tangible, things to learn, pretty, good things like, musicianship and worship leading. Songwriting is going to be a big part of it. So those, if you're an aspiring songwriter out there, you want to be taking part in this conference so you can learn how to be a better songwriter.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, I really appreciate your time, Richard, and we'll let everybody know about this upcoming conference.
Awesome. Thanks so much.